What's up, guys? So, just wanted to do a quick video to get us all up to date where we're at right now. I'm at a kind of like a stopping point because I'm still waiting on some parts, and I gotta accumulate some cash so I can pick up some other stuff too. Last video I did. The last two videos I did, I haven't edited one yet, but I did the rocker panel. I did get that in, got that on. You guys seen that. I had to pull the door and everything off, so. I'm still, I've got it on. I haven't prepped anything. That'll be last, because then it'll be body work, and it's not warm enough out yet. So I've got it all just kind of spot welded in place, and I've got to do some welding along here and fill that seam back in with seam sealer. So like I said, there's a little bit left to do as far as that goes. The biggest thing being that this rocker, when they pre-shape them for you or whatever, I ended up trimming off the top half that goes up here, because this was all solid on my car. Mine was just bad from here down. Ended up doing, like you see in the video, the rib that this all attached to was gone completely too. So the inner structure, I had to replace a large section of that, and that was kind of a pain in the butt, but it was necessary. I also painted inside there too, so hopefully it doesn't rust back out for a long time. But anyways, yeah, the panel ends right here, because this steps in for where your fender bolts up to. So it doesn't, if you order rocker panels, it doesn't go all the way to the end of the car. Okay, so I've got to fix all this rust, as well as up here on the seam, pinch seam. So, and then I've got a spot inside on the floor. It's got a brand new pan in it, but it was rusted up past it just a ways, and I never got around to welding in a piece. So a little bit more on that. I will finish up a video on all that. Today, I got in my door handles that I had ordered, and my rear trunk latch, not latch, but lock. I do have to order, I can't remember if I ordered door locks or if I was going to wait. I think I was going to wait because something weird. When I ordered them, it was like, I have my information in my car. It's an 86, but I've got 87 and newer doors, and it was saying that the 86 locks are different. So I didn't want to order them for an 86 until I knew for sure what was different. And I'll check my 84 to see what the difference is. But I installed the passenger handle for fitment, and it works. It's all rattly. I got all the seals out of the door and the window and stuff, so it makes a heck of a racket. Yeah, here's the driver's side, still in the package. I got black. I'm not a big fan of chrome. I ordered chrome, and they just get scratched all the crap, so I wanted to try black and see how long them last for. Try those out. Yeah, I installed that today, so that's cool. You guys might also notice I put the taillights in. I mocked those up. They're just ones that I had for a while. They're Euros. A lot of my friends don't like them. They're all I've got, so I run them. I put my quarter glass in to check the body lines after I did all the body work last summer. So that come out awesome. Yeah, I mean, I got the rear glass set in. It's just set there. I've got to pick up the sealer and mess with my trim. I'm going to paint all my trim, and I bought new clips to hold that in, so bunch of new stuff that, and I'm waiting. What am I waiting on? I ordered a new rug. I got that, but I think I'm going to put that in the T-top. I got my passenger side headlights all in. This one needs to be adjusted. This Duraflex bumper is a pain in the butt to mock up. They don't pre-drill anything. It's a nightmare. So I had to drill all the holes to mount it and stuff, and of course I didn't get everything perfect, so it's kind of all just not not how I want it. We'll put it that way. It's not how I want it. So I'll take a little more time to do the driver's side and go back and adjust that once that's all on. Did do a video on the oil drain leak that I had. Like I said, I'll get that put up. Shoot, what else? Throttle cable. I gotta order a throttle cable. The one I bought is too short. I ordered a carbureted throttle cable because I got a carburetor on the car, and because it's a big block, it sticks up too high, and it's like 1.5 inches, 2 inches too short. So, gotta straighten that out. I mean, still gotta put the new windshield in it. Yeah, wiper cowl. I gotta order one of those. So just a bunch of stuff that I gotta buy, and I'm trying to remember what the heck I'm waiting on now. I can't even think of it. I don't know. I got my door handles. That was basically what I was waiting on. I think that's pretty much it for today. So, yeah. Oh, I know what I'm waiting on. My white face gauges. I think I showed you guys what I was doing because my dash is all apart. I got it set in because I put the new speedometer cable in and I wanted to try it out, and it works. Not sure if I've got the right tooth in the transmission though, so who knows what it'll read once I get going. But minis, white face minis. I'm waiting on my white face gauges to match these cheap O'Reilly's gauges. You know, they're white face. I'm mounting them into the factory bezel and took out the factory gauges. So, doing a little bit of custom fab on that. I've done them before, and I did the way I did it before was I actually took. I don't know if you can see this. Like, this is a factory gauge here. Remember, my car's an '86, so it's got the older dash in it. But these are the factory gauges. And I on the last car I did this on, I took them out of here and I put those exact small mini gauges in place of these, and they kind of were just a float, and it just kind of it was really hard to do because the back side of this has all your traces, you know, for your factory gauges. So that stuff is kind of all in the way. It's a pain in the butt. There's a lot of trimming, like you can see, all the trimming I had to do to get those newer gauges to set in there because they're mechanical. So you've got, you know, an oil line coming out of one and a coolant temp line out of the other. I thought about getting some electric gauges and whatnot, but I just don't have the time, and I've already got these gauges, so I might as well just use these ones, and I think it'll be alright. So, waiting on the white face for the attack and the speedo. Yeah, I think I've gotten everything else, you know. Just waiting on a few things to get me motivated to keep fixing this thing. So stay tuned. Alright guys, so I got some goodies for the T-top that I forgot to show you. These are the other headlights to my other car. Alright, so, yeah, sorry, got a bunch of junk in here. Antifreeze for when I put the radiator in that car, T-top. So I picked up a brand new speedometer cable for the T-top, and I had a speed sensor already, so that's what that is. Let's see, which that's actually the speed sensor's from my '86. I picked up a rear sump for the tank because I plan on changing the well, long-term plans. If I keep the car, I'm going to sump the tank, put my Phytech system on it, go fuel inject it, take the carburetor off it. If I end up selling the car, then I'll probably keep that sump kit and use it on another car, probably my Falcon. Alright, I picked up, that's just the box for the Speedo. I picked up the, which one's open? One of these is open, right here. I picked up some headlights. get it out of there. Picked up the headlights for the 4i T-top. So I got all those. And I also picked up, I don't know if this one's open, or is it the other one? My T-top is missing the armrest. So I picked up some replacement gray ones. So I've got those. So yeah, just a few goodies for the T-top. So once I get that brought back in, we'll get those put on. Alright guys, so I literally was just making a video talking about the stuff I was waiting on. And it showed up. Literally, as I was making the video. So white face gauges are in. I'm gonna do a video on these. I've never done them, so it'll be a learning curve for me. Comes with instructions, so that's always good. One of the other things I forgot to mention was the antenna delete, which goes right there. Obviously, I'm not gonna put it on until I paint the fender, but I've got that. Apparently, it's a sticky. I thought maybe it was a bolt down, but yeah, doing that. I don't need a. I'm not gonna have a stereo. I mean, if I do, I don't need an antenna, so I'd rather listen to that baby purr. But yeah, so look for the video on that. Alright guys, so I've got my white face gauges installed. I said I was going to do a video on the install of them, but they're literally just stickers, guys. So, it's not that hard to figure out. You'll notice I've got the 105 mile an hour speedometer sticker in. That's because it's the spacing for that speedometer is the same. Like this factory one was 85 mile an hour. Okay, and 85 is in the exact same spot on this sticker as it would be on the factory gauge. So it just gives you that extra range up to 105. So you can't put the 140 one in that comes with the kit because it's not the right. It'd be reading wrong basically. They're all in the wrong spots. So 105 is as high as you can go with that kit on the factory gauge. You'll also notice I left the factory fuel gauge in instead of going with a mini aftermarket mini. I have an aftermarket fuel gauge that mounts on the dash, so I opted to not put it in and just stuck the white face in there just so it wasn't mismatched. I've got my oil and my volts on this side. Now the mini gauges light up green, and the factory gauge lights are still red. What I need to do now, because I didn't mount these underneath the glass, I have to, not glass, plexi, whatever, plastic, anyways. When you set your bezel on, it hits the outer rim of those, so I've got to open these up just slightly enough to clear the gauges. I mean, they're almost there. They just need to be opened up a little bit more, and then it'll be good to go. And obviously, you know, the gauges aren't exact right now. I'll fine-tune that once I get going, but yeah, that is that. Of course, once that sits flush, you can kind of get an idea of how that's going to look. I'm thinking about painting this too, or at the very least cleaning it up. It's quite dirty. So, yeah, that's the gauge cluster, guys.